some sand dollars. Ooh, I'm rich. Ooh, I'm loaded. Ooh, I've got all I need. Ooh, I'm stacked. Ooh, I'm wealthy. Ooh, living off the sea. Everybody's telling me that I'm a little cuckoo, maybe, but I go with the flow. It's not for everyone, but I'm just having fun. Don't know what you call it, nothing in my wallet except some sand dollars. Ooh, I'm rich. Ooh, I'm loaded. Ooh, I've got all I need. Ooh, I'm stacked. Ooh, I'm wealthy. Ooh, living off the sea. Everybody needs a friend. Sooner or later we all reach the end, and so we say goodbye now. Let's not make it too long. We'll part tonight with our hearts in song. If this isn't right, don't tell me it's wrong to call you my good friend. And I'll see you round the bend. We've seen our good times, but it must be said, it didn't quite work out how it looked in our heads. But the times that were the best, I'll hold close to my chest. We'll part tonight with our heads held high. I'll try my best not to break down and cry, 'cause you're a lifelong friend. But I'll see you round the bend. We'll part tonight, but it won't be long.
morning through a hole in time and space. Who could it be but Shmuppy? Aw, man, speaking of that hole in time and space, I guess it's a little unstable today. Some people are having problem viewing. Let me catch up with chat. Very lively this morning, evening, daytime, time zone, whatever it may be. In your part of the universe, I welcome you. Let's see. Scrap Void. Welcome, Void. It's always cool to have a new person here. And yeah, I think I understand the, Australian internet. I see, yeah.
옛날부터 3시간 이상의 수면을 취하면
I see you meant a new
자연스러운
Limbus
현상인 줄
streamer
알았는데
find, not a
모든
new
분들이
Limbus
그렇진
streamer.
않더군요.
I get what you're getting at. Fish Dragon, Scrap, Void, Crabber, and welcome. Okay, levels looking good. Levels might be a little low for Limbus. Limbus levels low, adjusting. Okay, time for the intervallo. Let me show off my beautiful, no sense, all style, no synchronicity team that got me through the last canto. And let's get rolling. I have not been playing much. Work has me busy as always, and just I've been dealing with sharing the computer and Steam account. I made my own account, but not all games have like the saves or the greater linked account carry over. So that's been a little difficult. It's sometimes our gaming time overlaps and it's like, you know, after work time, the person I live with is already like buckled in for a game, and I'm like, I'm not gonna poke him and be like, can you hop up so I can do my dailies? Anyway, YouTube not like the Australians. Oh, I see. All right, so let's get rolling. It's enough tangents. Time for a checkup. Oh yeah, and afterwards, I will be viewing the preview, the promotional video for the next canto. I've only seen like 1 second of it, and then I said, whoa, I should just watch this on stream. So I stopped, and that's what we're going to be doing at the very end today. So stick around or come back for that. Let's get rolling. Yes, let's go.
고통 없이 지식을 얻지 못한다나
All aesthetics, no
뭐라나.
sense. I look from beyond the glass window as the sinners battle furiously inside the large indoor arena. This is unwatchable. I'm sorry, Scrap, if the connection's unstable and it's a bad day. Every 3 seconds there's a 10-second pause. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I wish I had something to do about that. You know, everything on my side of the hole in time and space is looking good, but oh, I hope it straightens out, but I would not blame it if you and any other people across the Pacific from, I guess, wherever the hole terminates on Earth, sit this one out, because it's gonna be an unpleasant experience if that keeps up. Okay. Otis! Faust had attacked that entity first. The blame lies flatly with the others' delayed decisions. No voice acting yet. Apologies, yet concerned was I that to not dispose swiftly of that foe would... I think this is a great show of teamwork. I had no idea how hopeless the sinners were in battle without my command. They're sealed in a chamber. They do not get along. Damn it! Why won't any of you listen to my orders? Oi, Eugenius' order was how the lass's head ended up dangling from 1/4 of her neck. It was a necessary sacrifice to gain an edge in battle. Worry thee not. How befitting of a hero is it to perish in place of a compatriot? Donkey! Don Quixote falls before the merciless onslaught of enemies. Oh, so this is our checkup? I had so many things I wanted to say to them, most of which were variations of, "You're doing it wrong." But I had no choice but to watch as their woefully abysmal decisions continued to bungle the fight. Bungled it up again with their characteristic lack of common sense. If I tried, this researcher next to me will get in my way. claiming that they haven't finished collecting the data. Who is it? Does he have mushrooms? Those look like mushrooms. This one's reaction speed to emergencies is exceptionally fast. So, can I help them now? Will you stop pacing and compose yourself? We're almost done here. That should be more than enough data. Take control, manager. I had a lot I wanted to say, but let's help the sinners out of this bind first. Battle, 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 let's go. I'm sorry, Scrap. Farewell. Oh, it's the Envy Picatula. Jeez. Okay, this is gonna be fun. We're fighting the Lou Association team? Okay. Okay. You're free to move. You. Can you handle it? No.
예약 주문인가?
Could you handle it? Not likely. Possibly. What about with this skill? Favored. 2 are attacking you. I see. Can you stop him? What are the odds? I like that. Get a little burn. You can get a little burn on you. That's the one that... No, you're better off attacking someone, even if you get hit. Let me just sort this out. Lisa, Mage favored. Okay, can you cover that? No. Okay. You can get a little burn. It's fine with me because that's the one that's contingent upon already having burn. Okay.
깔끔하게.
Oh, the little middle brother Sinclair is here! Welcome, welcome! Hi! Wow, a long time no see, huh? Oh, Scrap, you can never catch a break. We are going to be a bit crispy today. Let me see, I've got tea steeping. How's my tea doing? Alright, focus. 357. Unopposed. Who's the strong? What's the most threatening skill? I think you can cover that. Okay. Actually, there's not enough of a difference there to make it clash. See? I'm learning. Alright, I believe in you, Faust. Getting targeted by 2. What is up with you, Rhodia? I am still waking up. Apologies, everyone. No. Got it. No clash there, huh? We got this.
무슨 맛일까? 예측대로군.
Man, everyone seems to be having a difficult day so far. I hope it goes better, all of you. Sending good vibes. Also, Mons10, hello, welcome. The coach is here. I am still getting my eyeballs about me. Trying to wake up, having a sip of tea.
곧 삼켜질 것이요. 기다리시게.
Okay,
너, 맛,
nice.
이제
Perfect.
쓸만해졌군.
You and you. Dominating. You and you. Merceau is gonna Merceau. Merceau's gonna Capote! Single. Okay, evasion time. See if you can pull this off. I don't know. You. Rhodia versus Rhodia. You could force a clash. Struggling though. Oh no! Another ego. You can evade. Let's hope it succeeds. Closed. You.
무슨 맛일까?
Whoa! Somebody got to Canto 4 in like. That's very little time. What is it? Oh jeez, their version of ego is like glitched.
묘지하니까
He must be skipping the story or something. He's not evading. No, he's not? Wow. He punched my boy. Should have forced a clash with someone tankier. Okay, lessons learned. How far are you from stagger? Who's closest to stagger? You and you. Rhodia. Let's turtle up. To do. Thinking. Let's gang up on Honglu. Actually, you here. We just need to peck at him. Okay.
깔끔하게. 빈틈 투성이로군. 관찰은 끝났습니다.
Hot Rhodia. She'll be okay. Nice. No, not nice. Yes, nice? Yes, nice. Too staggered. Nice. Examining the situation. Can you handle yourselves? Beauty. How hot is Rhodia right now? Not too hot. Not hot at all. Forest for the flames. What are the odds? Can you do it? Not likely. Who could? Moody. Here we go. Alright. Yisong, can you hold your own? What's the speed difference? That's a big speed difference. You and you. Let's try and finish one of these guys off. Here we go.
직접 알게 합니다. 쓸데없는 관심 필요 없다.
Man, I need to take some allergy meds. The dust is really getting to me. I hope you all don't have to hear like death rattle like wheeze from the mucus in your lungs. I am dying over here. Oh, close. Almost got the loo. Almost got the purple loo. Purple loo. Oh, instead. Yay! Oh, that was Sun Shower? Yeah, Ebony Stem is the next level up. What am I missing for it? Pride. We're not a very prideful bunch. We are not a prideful bunch. Hey, a pride skill, but we are not a prideful bunch at all. Get a load of tremor. Why did I hit the note like... Hey, you're not getting interrupted. Who's got more? You wail on him.
깔끔하게.
Alright, another stagger. Good. Rhodia versus Rhodia. Kaboom. Oh, you can see them. You can see their actual physiology in the exploded dead one there. It's like a pustule with an eye at the center. You can tell I can. Oh, you don't own many Otis egos. I forget. Who am I? I have the fewest of Heathcliff. Okay, Forest for the Flames again. Are our resources gonna carry like a dungeon? I don't think they are. We can just go ahead and earn this. If not, I'll figure it out. And just in case, you know, there's no way that Ryoshu's not gonna get finished
무슨
off.
맛일까? 쓸데없는 관심 필요 없다.
Oh, there is a Discord server. You just need to tip $1 on Ko-fi in order to receive the invite. I don't have a open invite right now.
더 이상 얻을 정보는 없군요.
Oops, sorry. Bonked the mic. Man, what am I doing hemming and hawing over my allergies? I have a diphenhydramine right in front of me. I just need to take this. It means I'll probably collapse into bed right after the stream, and I might start sounding like drunk and incoherent in the stream because diphenhydramine really affects my tiny little body. But let's see here. Gotta bust this thing open. Then I will start reading. Open! Open! There we go. We have breached the packaging. Child-proof also means schmuppy-proof. Okay. Damn, one whole buck. Well, if you show up in enough streams repeatedly, you might personally get a invite off stream. That's certainly been the case for Sinclair, who's showed up to like what, 7 of these in a row now. But I do pay attention to who shows up, and if you are a repeated viewer, I may, and I like you, if I like you, I may extend you an invite to chat. I'm also going to, I need to do some Ko-fi revisions. I need to somehow employ an option to basically someone else can tip or pay it forward to invite someone else in that they like. But anyway. Maybe I'm overcomplicating it. That went well. As expected of our executive manager, the exceptional development of your strategic genius reminds me of the earlier years of my career. Thanks. Whew, got anything to snack on, guys? I'm starving here after that brawl. Oh my gosh, her version of Pass On was so much fun to sing in karaoke. You will maintain an empty stomach for the duration of the tests. Next on the docket is... I would have asked Merceau for a massage if I knew this was coming. Whose idea was this anyway? Do you get massages from Merceau? Well, if you really want to get into it, we can trace this right back to your vacation request, Gregor. Not that this wouldn't have happened without that, but yeah. Come on, fellas. There's gotta be more to it than that. Sure there was. Not that it would have made any difference. Because like Ishmael said, this all began with Gregor's particularly egregious stretching. What? Yeah, Otis
tea.
polishing those boots.
젓지 말고 가볍게 부어서 부탁드립니다.
Oh, milk tea. Thank you for
역시
reminding me, Faust. I do have
남이
a milk
타주는
tea that's
차가
been steeping
가장
here.
맛있죠.
Okay. Oh, that sounds healthy. Wow, that sound just now. I didn't know a human body could make a sound like that. Oh, I was just doing some stretches. Can't seem to do them without making these noises nowadays. Oh, same though. Same though. Oh my gosh. People, I snap, crackle, and pop so loudly people around me get disgusted by it. Huh? What do you mean you can't? That right there is the creaking sound of time's ravages, Sync. Oof. I know Dante's been turning the... I almost said... I almost said something very dangerous. Been turning the clock to rewind our time, but I feel like my joints are starting to grate. I know what you mean. I definitely don't feel as spry as I used to. Maybe the pain from repeatedly dying and reviving takes a toll after all. Yeah, dying sure is a pain. And people die when they are killed. That's when Hong Lu flippantly threw out an innocent comment amidst the complaining sinners. Speaking of which, isn't it funny how Don Quixote is totally fine even though she's hundreds of years old? She's got to be the oldest of us by a lot, right? Just putting it out there. Oh, hey, Karon. Hong Lu's unprompted catapulting of such a heavy subject brought the busy air inside the bus to a sudden, stifling halt. I thought we were gonna take some time to actually broach that subject, but, you just bulldozed through the whole mess, huh? Haha. Like a smiling killdozer. I must have made things awkward. I didn't realize everyone was so sensitive about their age. Oh no, my sweet sheltered I don't know. Do you think he's neurodivergent? My sweet boy. That's, 'tis not to concern thyself with. Be not so... Of course, there was also someone who could not care less about the bus's air quality. Oi, Scoot! That's my designated seat you're planting your ass in. I'll whack ya. I'll whack ya! On the other hand, here's this guy without a care in the world. Almost makes me wonder if he even remembers what just happened. Well, maybe this is your chance to get back at him for treating you harshly? Don Quixote, I'm sure you can... Sync, I've never seen your eyes sparkle like that before. Revenge. I am quite fond of the current temperament of our company. Unless young Heathcliff here suddenly morphs into a villainous scoundrel, I have nary a wish to exact violence upon him, and... Right. Now that that's over with, let's all shut up and keep the chin wag to a minimum, eh? Yeah? Yeah? Seems plenty villainously dickish to me. Dickish. Powerful choice of words, Ishmael. Anyways, am I the only one thinking that it's about time we got the thing? The thing? Well, you know, the thing that we tried a while ago but didn't get to enjoy due to some unforeseen issues. Deathmatch. Not that. Don't you remember? We even played volleyball by that big body of water. Contextual clues suggest that he is making a request for a vacation. Yep, absolutely yep. Let's all go to a spa or something, relax, get massages to loosen up our muscles some. Please? You still have expectations for our employers? I recall that young Merceau had given thee quite the exquisite massage, hath he not? I have an astute knowledge of the major muscle groups and nerve structures of the human body. Oh, I'd like a massage. For many weeks following that massage, my body was deprived of any sensory stimulation. Oh, he completely crumpled you like a piece of paper, huh? Thus understood it was the philosophy of Merceau's physical therapy that the most infallible methodology of convalescence from pain is to remove any and all stimulation, including that of pain. It seems that the time is here. Virgilius. Yes, I knew that this day would eventually come. The day's here. Well, why is everyone acting all serious all of a sudden? Rodion's observation is correct. While turning the clock does indeed turn the time, a certain degree of exacerbating fatigue cannot be alleviated. This necessitates that we employ a certain measure to verify the status of each sinner. What? Well, what could it possibly be that needs this much buildup? In other words, it is time for Limbus Company's dramatic gulping noise. Regular checkup. A regular checkup? We did get a call from the higher-ups a while ago requesting that we send the sinners in for a regular checkup. But it was repeatedly delayed due to several limiting circumstances on our end. They've been obnoxiously hounding us for quite some time. I'm starting to get tired of explaining our absence. Checkup? What checkup? Don't be so on edge, Heathcliff. Such proceedings are regular occurrences at most corporations. I've never personally experienced it myself, but sounds like they're just checking to see how we're doing health-wise. I turned around, getting ready to say, right, Ishmael? Whoa, what's with that look? What's with that look? Only to come face to face with Ishmael's shocked expression, frozen onto her face. Well, this is unexpected. I thought Ishmael, with her worldly experiences, would leap onto this opportunity to lecture us all about how things worked outside Limbus Company. Regular checkups are... Oh, you're gearing up to explain what it is. Coolio. You got 30 seconds to wrap it up. Ready, set, go. No, not the regular checkup. Miss Ishmael's expression seems to suggest otherwise, Miss Rhodia. I did hear that some fixer offices or associations employ varying methodologies when it comes to regular checkups, depending on their characteristics. Locked up until there's only one left standing. Locked up. Blood of my colleagues, the only key to escape. Are you having our corp memory bleed over? Or is that a real thing that happened to you? What kind of checkup did she have to go through? Ishmael wasn't the only one responding with a pale-faced, abject horror at the suggestion. Do you even understand what kind of regular checkup you're getting into? I'm asking if you're prepared to go through the regular checkup, no matter what happens in the process. Are you prepared to endure through through everything, Matt. What's wrong with this bloke now? Mate's looking all pale. Huh? I don't understand why everyone's making such a big deal out of this. I don't think it's that bad. I think we used to have annual health checkups back in school, too. What kind of checkups? They'd put us all in the same room, measuring heights, weights, running some basic fitness tests. Prithee, wherefore do they seek the measurements of such characteristics? Must you really ask? A full knowledge and analysis of each soldier's status is indispensable intelligence for officers to have on hand. What soldiers? I was talking about my school. Right. So that don't explain shite about why you need to know that, does it? Why'd they find it necessary to spray people with those stinking chemicals just to see if someone's got lice in their clothes? Oh, you have a memory too? What? He must have gone through his share of rough checkups too as a kid, I guess. You all keep asking questions with the most obvious answers. In fact, I've been wondering when they'd test us. Otis confidently marched up to the front of other sinners with an assertive grin, as though she'd been waiting for this very moment. The true purpose of this checkup must be to elect a true authority amongst us. No. A true authority? By your parlance, true authority, could it be that you were questioning who amongst us is our leader? But I'm standing right here. I humbly request that you avoid plaguing yourself with any unnecessary misunderstandings about my suggestion, Executive Manager. Of course, I must preface this with the declaration that there cannot be an iota of doubt toward Executive Manager Dante's authority. Okay. But was this not always a topic of great concern? I can't deal with her. Otis, please shut up. Otis, please shut up. I always knew I would be the leader. Oh my gosh, she's like the kind of person who's constantly, like sitting on the school bus constantly thinking, if we all suddenly crashed on a desert island, well, and like our bus was launched onto a desert island, Lord of the Flies style, man, I would kick ass. I would rule all these bitches. Yes, we hear you, Otis. Isn't it Ishmael? Or maybe Faust? Oh. That's what I thought, too. This lack of cohesion is precisely why we always fail to face our enemies as a team. Always scrambling. Always underprepared. Always taken by surprises. You must always be ready to drop to the ground and give 500 push-ups whenever your superior commands you to do so. You can never transition out of the military lifestyle. You are one of those people. You need therapy. Always maintain the willingness to sacrifice your well-being and life for the sake of the glorious victories of your allies. It's all missing. Where is your readiness for self-sacrifice? You need a massage. You need a massage. You need every one of your spinal vertebrae popped like those packaging bubbles, man. Let it go. Let it go. No one's arguing with you, Otis. Who are you even talking to? So to summarize, the regular checkup entails putting us all in a small room and making us fight to the last sinner standing. Silence fell upon us at Honglu's succinct summary. Battle Royale. I've been looking forward to this. Fuck it. I'll give you lot one hell of a fight. My fists used to be bloody infamous in the back streets. Fine. So that's how we're doing this, huh? I'm ready to roll. Guys, this isn't... Okay, so where are we off to? The battle excuse me. The regular checkup takes place at... The sinners seemed to be under some serious misunderstanding about what the regular checkup entailed, but Faust had obviously long given up on correcting them. The headquarters. The headquarters? The headquarters you speak of must be the headquarters of Limbus Company. Yes. Oh, we're finally getting to visit the headquarters, huh? A whole year after they hired us. We should be right on time upon immediate departure. This instant, thou sayest. Yet mine heart is faint prepared. Prithee, allow us some time to prepare our travel provisions. Where's the HQ anyway? Hopefully it's not too far from here. That is a secret. However, I would like to inform you that it exists in a locale inaccessible via Mephistopheles, really? Oh, come on. How are we supposed to get there if you're not gonna tell us where it is? Inaccessible via Mephistopheles. You're not about to suggest that we board the warp trains again, are you? I shan't ever board the warp trains again. Indeed. We will not be boarding a warp train for this journey. So are we taking the back doors or something? Yeah, good point. Let's take them doors instead. A sound suggestion. However, in lieu of sufficient information regarding each door, the destination may hold an element of randomness. Or, due to the variable nature of its activation period, the resultant destination may not reflect our intended end coordinates. Or, an unexpected closure mid-passage through the frame may behoove us to bid the company our last farewells and embark on an untimely journey of no return. Are you sure this is a sound suggestion? Then I'd rather take the bloody train instead. At least we won't remember what happened once it's over and done with. Battle Royale. So, further research was necessary to ensure safe transportation to the intended destinations. Further research? Are you implying that you made modifications to the back door? A close assessment. However, it would be more accurate to say that the back door was merely used as a reference. How did you even make the time for research? Weren't you doing everything with us the whole time? LCA and Faust are... Oh, huh? LCA and Faust established multiple communications with a certain new wing aspirant company. Oh, a wing aspirant company? During the spare hours between our travels to garner multiple cooperation efforts regarding the stabilization of the back door. A new wing? Are they looking to take over L-Corp's vacancy or something? Quite sharp, Gregor. But the direction of your intuition could be improved. It is a company seeking to seize the imminent vacancy of the ever-declining W Corp. Oh, really? They're having some issues? W Corp. Is that so? Yeah, that makes sense. Stories of W Corp's decline have been spreading more and more as of late. And I'm not surprised that some companies would consider this to be an opportunity. Newspapers also featured op-eds regarding a possible management crisis at W Corp, with many of them discussing the mysterious disappearances as well. I see. So they've been furtively planning and preparing to take over W Corp's position as a wing. But to supplant a wing even before it falls on its own? Now that's certainly peculiar. They must have something. A scheme perhaps in the works. And to ally with such ambitious parties is the headquarters looking to start a war of the wings? At this moment, am not privy to such details. Miss Otis, we needn't make predictions in such rashness. Recall that W Corp has been mired in troubles, both internal and external, having fallen to such desperation as to seek the assistance of our company. It is no wild presumption to predict that it shall crumble ere the advent of such violent pandemonium. Yeah, Otis is still coming down from the PTSD adrenaline. She needs a water and a blanket. Or indeed, inefficiency is the bane of technology that brings ruination to those that fail to overcome it. Oh. Our research efforts, however, were quite efficient and successful. Its mechanisms are similar to that of the back door, but it eliminates the corridor, instead establishing a direct connection from one door to another. A portal, if you will. Oh, imagine the city with portals. Oh, so you resolved all the aforementioned side effects then? Not quite. Similar difficulties to the aforementioned cases were observed. Sometimes the accuracy of the target destination coordinates were lacking, or in other cases, the activation period would be cut short, causing the door to shut prematurely and amputate the subject as they were traversing between doors. There has been much progress in the stabilization efforts, however, minimizing pentasection incidents. Most recent incidents have been limited to bisections. 5 sections? Pentasection? 5 sections? Bisection certainly is an improvement over pentasection. They both sound equally awful to me. I would not behind mine own left and right shoes so cruelly sundered, forced to be so far apart upon our coming to the headquarters. Well, well. All this idle chatter of unnecessary concerns tell me that your bus life may have been too uneventful lately. Looks like the research arrived while you were wasting time. I saw a large and unfamiliar vehicle through the window. Is that the vehicle? It's got no windows, though. How tiresome. Now, off the bus. Man, that was all just like 1 or 2 story chunks. The vehicle. Once we disembarked the bus, we made our way into this unfamiliar vehicle of sorts. Its interior was mostly metallic, filled to the brim with convoluted-looking machines, and on the opposite end of the entrance, a massive door loomed over us. This is... assistance from P-Corp. In the process of developing this device was indispensable. Wait, that means... in cohorts with young Caesara, are you? Everyone steps back. Hoiday! Much did I aspire to regale her with the tale of the contract's glorious completion, of mine heroism and bravery. 'Tis quite unfair of thee to meet her all by thy lonesome young Faust. Your concerns will be taken into account next time. Faust seemed relieved. Oh, worry thee not, for thou hast availed us the sights of Limbas Company headquarters. Thy tit hath been tatted for. Limbas Company! There are numerous reasons for which you are yet to be allowed into the headquarters, but as it would be a fruitless effort to explicate them all, we will not cover that subject here. Oh, glad to hear we're not sitting through another lecture. The primary reason is, however, that there were several limitations to bringing the members of our department to the headquarters, brought upon by frequent transnet movements and irregular scheduling of our missions. Why'd you say all that as if you were going to explain anyway? Wait, more importantly, what's that about collaborating with P-Corp? Oh, here we go again. P-Corp singularity can be summarized by the following 4 words. Expansive space warping technology. Alright. Didn't you say that Miss Cesara told you something about how the principle of P-Corp singularity is a lot like how La Mancha Land works? Right. La Mancha Land was much larger on the inside than it looked from the outside. Oh yeah. I've been meaning to ask. Don't other wings already make liberal use of different kinds of space-expanding singularities? It's... how should I put this? Isn't it a bit too mundane of a city tech for P Corp to call space manipulation its unique thing? Oh yes, I can't wait for this to get voice acting. That was quite the intelligent question. Compliments. How nice. Ishmael is correct in suggesting that technology to expand a given space is a commonly employed technology by other wings as well. An example of one such invention making use of the space expansion technology, but isn't a P Corp singularity, would be Mephistopheles. The ultimate purpose of P Corp space expansion technology is to create the safest place in the world. A perfectly protected construct, its interior sheltered from the world outside no matter how severely its exterior is battered. To have a sound structural integrity no matter what, its interior is safe from any and all harm. Therefore, the more expensive the P Corp product is, the safer its interior is from damaging outside conditions such as extreme pressure or shock. Man, I wouldn't want to have to fight Susara. I wonder what combat with a high-up P Corp employee would be like. Perhaps the way in which the interior is completely insulated from the outside is comparable to a full disconnect from the outside world by sheltering in a separate dimension. In conclusion, the exterior of this vehicle utilized P Corp singularity, which means that it can protect its interior from all forms of impact. Not to mention that it has enough room to hold more than 13 people inside. Are you just gonna shoot us out of a cannon? Don't dimensional trunks or containers also transport things to other dimensions? They both have memories. Yeah, we're having ID bleed over in this chapter. Sink, why are you freezing up all of a sudden? There was this creepy story that used to circulate among kids back when I was in school. Here's how it goes. So a Deviat Association employee makes a delivery to a house, then looks away for a second. Then a curious kid crawls into their courier trunk and... I'm gonna stop the story here. Look, that story kept me up at night for a whole week, okay? I couldn't stop having nightmares about that scenario where... Hey, come on. Sometimes a story is just a story. Not necessarily. Reminds me of the idea that in order to dispose of a standing refrigerator, you should take the doors off so a kid won't seal himself inside. Although I believe in the case where a body was found in a scrapyard within one, I don't remember if that is actually what happened or if the body had been placed there after the fact. Unfortunately, the story that inspired Sinclair's week-long nightmares was most likely an accurate retelling of a true story. Oh! Oh, okay. Several regulations were added to Hana and Deviat Association's rules to prevent cases of people being stored in dimensional containers. From a certain perspective, it may be said that the warp technology employed by W Corp shares a degree of similitude. The parallel lies in the fact that it also transports humans to a different dimension, the difference being that they are packaged in a safe manner. Therefore, perhaps enough of a connection exists to say that they operate on the same scale. Anywho, the point is that we'll always have access to the headquarters as long as we have this vehicle thing, right? This will certainly make the logistics of communication and supply much more convenient. One question, however. How does the company plan to move this instrument? As I expect that would be much trouble on its own. Has that detail been hashed out yet? No. In order to establish a more tangible level of communication with Limbus Company headquarters, an effective means of transportation such as this vehicle will be installed in the nests across the city. In summary, an efficient means of transportation such as this vehicle here, developed using P Corp and the aspirant W Corp's technology, will gradually be installed at various points across the city. In every nest? That's gonna totally change how the city works, huh? Of course not. The technology is still experimental. It is astronomically expensive to install and operate. Said like he's sipping a black coffee. Virgilius gave us a firm declaration. I need a sip of tea. Activating now. Faust tinkers with various machines and contraptions within the vehicle, and the giant door from earlier began to tremble, making a loud noise. Wherefore is that gate over yonder shuddering so? Energies, now linked, are routing toward that gate. When the gauge displays around the glowing door filled, the door began to slowly open. Entering now. When it fully opened, Faust made her way inside, like it was just another door. Well, let's follow her inside. There was a bizarre and incomprehensible noise of machines, coupled with a low droning noise. Yes, we have arrived. The stream is finally not pausing. Oh, I'm glad it resolved itself, Scrap. Welcome back to the chat. Welcome to the Limbus Company headquarters. This place is teeming with people dressed in all sorts of odd outfits, walking briskly between their busy schedules. I hear heavy doors opening and closing from here and there, alongside that odd sensation I've been feeling from time to time. Is the floor of the LCE department. LCE? Hopefully we'll get to proudly stride in through HQ's front gate one day. LCE? LCE go? LC... I'm beginning to feel the Benadryl I took. Oh, it's time to fight some Picatula.
고통 없이 지식을 얻지 못한다나 뭐라나.
Oh, it's not mushrooms. Hey. I'm just drinking it all in. Look, the badge is stripy. Right. Are we waiting for something to happen? Or are we all suddenly unfamiliar with the concept of introducing ourselves? Given that no one appears to be willing to introduce me, allow me the liberty of self-introduction. My name's Hohenheim, the chief researcher of this company. I like him. Honestly, this is probably, if I were a part of this company, this is probably where I would end up working. To be precise, he is the chief researcher of the LCE department. To be more precise, I am the chief researcher responsible for the entirety of Limbus Company. To be even more precise, the only reason he retains that role is because Yisong and I have been excluded from the research personnel files due to our statuses as sinners. Oh my gosh! She's throwing shade! Someone must stay behind to continue the research after all. Oh my gosh! She's saying you're third in line, bitch! So you two are friends? Yes, put yourself physically between them before something happens, Hong Lu. While it seems entirely unnecessary to establish a label on this relationship, it could be said that we are acquaintances who routinely and unwillingly maintain a regular level of communication with one another. Real shit I've seen in the workplace. I'm in agreement. For the first time since we were acquainted. I hear that our department has reached out several times to yours to remind you of this regular checkup. The nature of the LCB department necessitates that we are constantly on the move from one nest to another, which makes it rather difficult for us to give you an immediate reply. I would have expected someone like you to already be well aware of this obvious detail. The Faust Discord server is too powerful. Yes, I was very well aware. I'm also quite aware of the fact that your department has been giving us that same reply over and over again like an answering machine. And this must be Dante, the executive manager of the Limbus Company Centers. I'd like to say, hi, nice to meet you, but I don't suppose he can hear what I'm saying. The manager extends their greetings. Charmed. It is grueling and arduous work to be in a position of leadership, especially when communication issues come into play. I hate leading people. Sometimes, I cannot help but wonder if my researchers and I are even speaking the same language. So I do commiserate. She's so cute! Is that Ardor Blossom Star? How odd. Their clothes are bored! Bird! Ah, yes. Allow me to introduce you all to Martin and Alyssa, two of the few researchers directly in my command. Are they wearing gear extracted from abnormalities? Oh, but how? Happy to have someone who recognizes them. Are they like gear scavenged from the former L-Corp? While there are partial similarities to their gears, enough differences are present to distinguish them. Indeed, we attempted our own brand of extractions. Successfully, I might add. While the news of the production of Eco Gear in Limbus Company style was already received, this is the first time they are observed in person. Oh, Centipede, Ardor Blossom, and Lantern, I see. So, you must have abnormalities contained in this facility. So that's why I've been sensing abnormalities in here, huh? But I'm sensing distortions in Picatula, too. Indeed, as they are containment and research subjects for LCE department as well. Faust closely observed the ego gear Hohenheim was wearing like an exceptionally harsh judge in a fashion contest. It carries the scent of peed. Apart from a few imperfections in the finish, the level of ego extraction visible here is quite acceptable. Input appreciated. This is a product of thousands of repeated experiments and subsequent failures that have been meticulously conducted and studied in order to extract it with an acceptable level of stability. But at the end of the day, I did it. Like I always do. You did it? Are you sure you want to take all the cred when your team is standing right behind you? We're used to it. Oh. Oh, piss off! I'm going mad surrounded by these self-absorbed twats. I'm just about ready to get violent on some poor bastard. Let's get on with the checkup so we can get back to the bus, yeah? I feel the very same urgency you express. This guy needs a coffee. There's much we must cover, regrettably, given that this is the first ever regular checkup performed as a group since their employment. Ooh, new patient paperwork. Faust also does not wish to pass more time without substance. Let us begin. Very well. Our first task shall be to assess your abilities in response to emergency situations. Wait, he just pressed something. Emergency situations. The walls of the laboratory suddenly started separating and sliding into place. When it settled, I realized that it had locked the sinners away in some kind of hold, isolating them from me, Virgilius, and Cadon. Ooh. What the hell? This is just an ambush! Yes, it is. The purpose of this test is to measure your behaviors and response in case of a surprise attack. So ambush it is. Was this discussed beforehand, Virgilius? You look anxious, Dante. Well, I suppose you weren't let in on this either. I wasn't, for your information. Just go with their flow, Dante. So it goes would be an apt response. I'll find a room somewhere where Caron and I might sit down and enjoy some nice tea. Come find me with Faust once this is over. Caron wants cake too. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. We've got some leftover cake from our last office party. Come this way, please. Nice. Very nice guy. An employee appeared and led Virgilius and Caron away into an office room. Okay, so this is the regular checkup, huh? Let's get this done. Okay. Oh geez, win rate you say? You're forcing Shmuppy to win rate? How was the encounter with the NB Picachulas? It was just fine. They're forcing me to win rate by making this complicated. Yeah, I'm not gonna use my brain for this shit. Let's see how it goes.
깔끔하게.
Disrespect. Yes, the music is great.
흐드러졌구려.
I see, so it's forced anyway because they're acting for themselves. It's
No.
canon, I see.
맛.
Can we activate our powers from the other side? Well, these are still valid. Okay.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
더 이상 얻을 정보는 없군요.
Win rate is effective.
직접 나서지. 깨달았나?
Oh, I'm feeling the Benadryl now, everybody. Kick this guy's ass.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
다시 못 살게 구는 일은 없을 것이오.
You know, pretty much choosing for win rate is what I would be doing anyway.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
This is just fine by me. I have Benadryl on the brain.
예측대로군. 빈틈투성이로군.
Sploosh, sploosh.
흐드러졌구려.
Beautiful girl. You got this.
피워보지.
I would love a slice of cake right now.
직접 나서지.
They talked about cake. I don't need a slice of cake. I had a slice of cake
예측대로.
yesterday. I don't need dessert every day. This coconut cake is really, really good. Talked about it a bit while playing some
다시 못 살게 구는 일은 없을 것이오.
Okay.
깔끔하게.
Luxurious. Bonk. I need to pick my teeth.
관찰은 끝났습니다.
Sorry, one of my cats is meowing at me. Girl, the buff cat. He's not running up my chair for once.
시들 수밖에 없는 운명.
Did Isang die? Isang died.
직접 알게 함이라.
Pretty sure it's a cane sword. Sinclair. Have you seen those before? They're pretty cool. I just looked at some interesting ones because in my Call of Cthulhu game, one
오작
of the
터뜨려주지.
player characters, I guess we've decided, has a cane sword or is using a sword as a cane.
빈틈 투성이로군.
Why is she using the cane and not the sword? Oh, you're right, she does have both. Weird.
직접 나서지. 노지하니까 쓰러졌고.
Yeah, if they weren't illegal, I would own one once I was older. I always wondered if you accidentally inherit something illegal, like, say, Peepaw up on the mountain had some undeclared, unlicensed machine guns, or, like, cane swords. How do you hand those over to the authorities and say, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want to touch this, I don't want this? We went through various tests, including commandability trials using Picatula and Vidier. Hark, Manager Esquire! Hi-ho! I have attained a score most perfect! To be surpassed by Miss Don Quixote in a contest of knowledge, must I delve further in my studies? She's been around a while. Hey, Yisong Bud, they were testing our Fixer Association knowledge, huh? Totally. Honestly, she's got more than enough Fixer fixation for the entire bus. All kinds of general knowledge, trivia quizzes. What's the first thing you focus on when meeting a new person? The look in their eyes? How strong they look? Bloody hell, this ain't easy. Your leadership style is... Oh, I hate this type of stuff. Strong, decisive, and goal-oriented. You are, Merceau? You were finally allowed a quick break after going through all kinds of mysterious, strange personality tests as well. Did they make you take the MBTI test? Next, basic fitness test for all sinners. We can finally get started on the real meat of this checkup. Wait, then what were all those tests you guys were running on us? They were conducted in order to collect various data the LCE department has been missing. In other words, we capitalized on this opportunity to fulfill our private curiosities. Still, I'd say it was very productive. We now know a lot about you guys that'll help us support the LCB going forward. Alright, we're gonna go over some tests that can be conducted in groups first. Please form a line here. They're in a line, they're doing the thing. What, like this? Let's get this over with. Looks like we've got a long day ahead of us. Wow, these are some comfy clothes they've given us. I would love to have that hoodie. Isn't there one for sale through that one luxury gaming brand wear thing? Right? I could totally see myself wearing these to sleep. To sleep? They're LCE property, so you better return them as soon as we're done here. Gotcha. By the way, can you take a look at my wrist here before we actually get started? I've been feeling a bit of soreness there, but Dante won't turn the clock for just me, you know? Turning of the clock for such trivialities may cause the formation of an unfavorable habit. Perhaps Merceau can remedy your pain. Chop her wrist. I am always prepared to administer necessary aid, should you request it. Actually, you know what? I'm totally fine now. Don't you worry. Please stand still. If you think I can't see some of you on your tiptoes, you'd be very wrong. Heels on the ground, please. Oh, Dawn's probably on her tippy toes. But my heels are on the ground. And, can you snuff out your cigarettes before the test begins? Oh, this one isn't lit. It's just there so I can look cool. Uh-huh. And what about bold, but scram? Okay. So the basic group tests are complete. I seem to have forgotten something quite important I had to establish prior to beginning the tests in earnest. I need an assistant. An assistant? I need an assistant to help me smooth out the testing procedures.
You got 2 of them already. Right behind you if you need directions.
Well, we're not Mr. Hohenheim's assistants. We're specifically assistant researchers. Yes, of course. There's much that distinguishes these 2 occupations. I would like for one of you to be my assistant for the duration of this checkup. Rhodia suddenly raised her hand. I wasn't planning on asking for volunteers, but now that you've raised your hand, I'll give you the floor.
Don't ask me to do it. It's just not my vibes, you know. I'll take a researcher job, though. I'm a big fan of her style.
Rhodia trailed off, greedily caressing the clothes of one of the researchers. What are you doing? I didn't really have you in mind anyways, but duly noted nonetheless.
I would also like to refuse your nomination.
The position of an assistant to Hohenheim implies that the said assistant is, when it comes to skill, inferior to the person they are assisting. Again, I didn't have you in mind either, but your passionate expression of intent is nonetheless appreciated. Wonder who came up with this brilliant idea of putting 2 smartasses together to waste time pointing out each other's minor mistakes. If I were to talk about myself, I want to open by saying that I was a class vice president in school, a diligent model student who assiduously facilitated the tasks of the class president, and what's with everyone getting so anxious to get picked here? Do you fellas actually want to be his assistant? Getting in the front and center of things is just bothersome, you know? I kind of felt like I had to apply for the position for some reason. Well, the decision has already been made. Do note that the selection criteria is fully based on my very subjective opinion. You there, orange-haired sinner. Ishmael! Almost threw me to the ground as she confidently strode up to the front of the line. You mean I don't have to take the test? Ugh. Greetings, Mr. Hohenheim. As you must be aware if you've taken a look at my documents, I've rarely let anyone down during my various tenures at offices and associations. You'll have nothing to worry as long as I'm by your side. Also, can I add this experience to my resume if I ever get a chance to submit a transfer request to work at the headquarters? Didn't know you were still holding on to that hope. I called on you to ask you to move because you were standing in front of the sinner I chose. Your hair is so freaking big. No, my girl! No! Everyone turned around to look at Heathcliff, who was absent-mindedly scratching at the bridge of his nose. Huh? Really? Oh, me? It seemed that Ishmael was even more shocked than Heathcliff was. Wait, but why? I'm right here. Why would you pick someone like... It is a common misconception among many researchers to assume that the higher their level of education and the more elaborate their resume, the better candidate one makes for a research project participant. But that's just common sense, isn't it? At least when it comes to research. However, were you aware that most great discoveries are made from a potent mix of spontaneity and intuition? A perfect descriptor for our friend here, I would say. Smack on the back. What say you, Heathcliff? I believe that this aggressive and passionate approach of yours gives you more than sufficient qualification to command and lead them in my stead. Is that right? he replied, scratching his head. Be honest now, Yi-song. You're kinda looking forward to getting picked, weren't ya? It is but fate that things were once good in the eyes of the things that were once good in the eyes of the mainstream are to be made less desirable with the passage of time. And when one does indeed fall out of favor, the intelligentsia of the bygone days must rightly excuse themselves to the realm of memories and past. Oh, a bittersweet smile. Yi-song replied with a particularly downcast look. I am glad to have you on board as my new assistant. Righty-ho. So, what have I got to do now? Nothing too complicated. You only need to liberally express your free spirit, just as you are now. Aha. Now I see what he's doing. Hohenheim sure knows which one of the group to coax to make things go over smoothly. Martin whispered quietly at me in a voice that only I could hear.
무지 외에 암흑은 없나니. 아, 그 뒤가 뭐더라?
The assistant. I gotta see what this assistant business is about. He looks so good in a hoodie, with a little dangly chain pull. Heathcliff seemed eager to, as Hohenheim had suggested, express his free spirit to the best of his capabilities. Right, you there, get in line. Single file, lads. Let's make this easier for all of us. But aren't you also participating in the test with the rest of us, Heathcliff? Yeah, but I'm the assistant. Since when do you wear glasses? Are circular lenses in right now? Not something I ever expected to see. Glasses are basic apparatuses of all researchers. It's true, I don't actually wear glasses, but I do have blue light blocking granny readers just so I can stare at screens and deal with stuff without getting tired. Look, slightly pushing up on the glasses helps to put on an air of a studious, learned individual, like so. Just like how slightly pushing up the frames of my glasses while wondering what to have for lunch makes it seem as though I am contemplating on the more profound aspects of life. Oi, let's not make this any harder than it's gotta be less. Snuff out that cig in your mouth. Been a while since I heard a pig squeal. Blimey, can't you just do as I say for once? Huh. It's actually pretty effective. Oh, your cat is... please give your cat some pets for me, Sinclair. I love cats. Seems that we are now ready to conduct the tests. Finally. The primary purpose of this test is to see, on a physical level, how your current abilities scale compared to yourselves before your hiring. I see. So they're trying to see how much they've progressed since before they joined the company. I had a feeling this would happen, but the mere mention of the words progression caused a rather loud ruckus among the singers. If I were to speak for myself, Executive Manager, I can confidently say that the thought of progressing as a person and in all aspects of life is ingrained into my very being. Thus, as a fruit of those efforts, I have grown to be much more precise and scathing in my critique of others' mistakes. Is that progress, though? Perhaps I have learned to let certain thoughts rest in favor of others. A moment of peace. I once allowed myself to be trapped in overlong ruminations on worries of all manners, idly abiding as I was consumed by my very thoughts. Now, I have come to accept certain things as they are. Oh. And I've come to sometimes allow my mind to form bereft of rigorous reason. Floating away gently, as though on a rolling stream. Is that not quite pleasant? Okay. I guess that is progression of sorts. Back to our normally scheduled conversation. I'm pretty sure I'm less of a picky eater than I used to be. My grip strength is much stronger too. Ooh! Look, look! I think I'm getting calluses on my palms. Well, you don't really have to try to prove it to us. Because the enemies we're fighting have been getting stronger too. That's an undeniable truth. We did experience a pretty spectacular year, you know. A brutal year. It's so potent with significance. True. I guess growth really does come with time, huh? Right? I feel like the bonds between us got a lot deeper. We've all grown closer, you know? Like glue. Like glue, huh? I like it. A certain misunderstanding seems to be brewing in tandem with this uplifting exchange of heart-to-hearts. Allow me to step in and nip it in the bud. Let me give it to you straight. All of your abilities were diminished the moment you were hired by this company. Equally defanged and depowered, if you will. What? What do you mean? Equally defanged. In other words, all of your abilities have been brought down to the, yes, to the very same general level as our 11th sinner here. Why am I your point of reference? If this is what you meant earlier by growing closer like glue, then I suppose it was quite the apt choice of words. Oi, take that back! I take it back! Not! So you're not really that much stronger than I am, huh? Wow, Sync, is that the sound of your sense of self-preservation shattering into the ether? That's it, you bloody Excuse me, bonk. Heathcliff down. I need to know why that happened. Did we all get depowered because of the golden bough? Wait, does this have anything to do with those chains that appeared when we first entered into a contract with Dante? Indeed. One of the powers of a golden bough is connection. You are now all fairly, evenly, and equally mediocre. Hohenheim's comment and the subsequent stare seemed a bit targeted. Think of it as something akin to Qlipoth deterrents employed by the Lobotomy Corporation. So the truth is finally revealed. This is why I, Otis, grew so pathetically weak the moment I joined the company. Art thou implying that thou hast always known? Of course! Had I been in my prime, I could have wiped the floor with you miserable doormats in a matter of seconds. You wipe floors with doormats? Man, we're all so prone to saying whatever once the burden of proof is gone, huh? So that's why my murderous arm's been quiet ever since they hired me. It didn't really have anything to do with my heart after all. Gregor. Oi, what's the use of all this chatter? What matters is that we've all been brought down to the level of the lad. The lad. But I got calluses on my palms. Yet, not all of the Golden Bough's effects must have been of detriment to us. Yisong started, carefully attempting to navigate through a conversation that appeared to be turning into a tinderbox. Was it not the advantages granted to us by the Golden Bough impaled in the pallid whale of the Great Lake by which we triumphed?
What? Really?
Correct. Had the pallid whale been at its full strength, it is highly likely that we may still have been trapped inside its stomach, struggling to survive. Also, it can be said that the diminishing effect was not applied in equal measure across all affected subjects. It makes sense, I guess. Never could have knocked Heath out with one punch if I was only as strong as Sync. It's a real handy trick, you know. Additionally, certain individual quirks cannot be suppressed by the Golden Bough. Certain quirks that one may consider to be an individual's idiosyncrasies. Oh, so that explains Ryoshu's impressive blade work with Mr. Bumble back at the T-Corp factory. Won't waste my breath boasting. You never do anyway. Well, if your strengths have indeed progressed since the onboarding, then the average must have risen as well. One of the purposes of these tests is to measure that very difference. So what exactly goes into these tests? I know there's a district that uses a machine that can analyze most aspects of the subject with a quick scan. So is it going to be something like that? There are dozens, if not hundreds, of ways to determine one's abilities without the assistance of machinery. In fact, I know of a perfectly appropriate methodology for this group. A perfectly appropriate methodology? We spent some time out of our busy schedules to tailor each test for each center of the LCB.
That was pretty tough, I'll have you guys know.
Tailored tests for each center, huh? I don't really like the sound of that, if you ask me. We will utilize the Picatula and the distortion phenomenon.
Huh? That doesn't sound much like some super innovative method you were building up to. What a letdown.
Right? Honestly, for all their talk, I thought they'd come up with something more impressive than that. Assistant? Alright, that's enough chatter. Now get in there! But what is there? Well, let's see. Meaningless wrath. Bunch of wrath. Okay. Well, I need to run and grab myself a little bit of water. I'm going to take a brief break and be back with water and snacks. It'll just be a short while. Be right back. What's all this then? Croissant time? Y'all declared a time for baked goods without me? How dare you? Oh, 1 or 2 at a time. Okay. That's a lot of croissants.
이 대검은 당신의 검이자 방패가 되어
If you remember from my 1-year anniversary stream, the design I made for the, What I Think of You All chatters. By the way, I have my stuffed animal that I use to psychologically represent chat sitting in my lap right now. I'm just imagining them rolling around in a big thing of croissants and flinging them everywhere. You're teleporting in the croissants? Oh no. I guess that would be your, like, shoot 'em up projectile. Or maybe the shot type, if you were playing as a space cadet, would be like boomeranging banana shots that shoot in a weird way. And the first ones, Heathcliff had already begun flipping through his papers in his hands. By the way, I'm really feeling the Benadryl. I'm probably gonna lay down in like 30 minutes, but I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna persevere. I ate a little bit of a hand pie I made with leftover Sloppy Joe filling. Have any of you? Do you all like Sloppy Joe? Are you familiar with Sloppy Joe? My allergies are so awful. I'm allergic to one of the ingredients in the pre-made sauce that you just pour on fried ground beef, and so I had to make it from scratch this time, and it turned out pretty good. And I saved a bunch of the filling and thawed some pie crusts I had left over in the freezer from a holiday, and folded them in half and trimmed off the edge and made little hand pies in the oven. I baked them at 375 Fahrenheit for 27 minutes. What an unfamiliar sight, but it was really good. Right, you there, inside now. Heathcliff, the assistant, pointed toward Hong Lu and Sinclair. How much bread did you teleport? 5. What is it? I can't do that. Yes, I'm seeing now the TF2 references. When they teleported the bread and it mutated and became evil. Meanwhile, Spy was teaching Scout the art of seduction. Oh, 1, 2, testing. Am I coming through? As you must be well aware by now, the Bacatula are entities that have failed to even distort. It seems like we'll be fighting the Bacatula again. Alright, I have a question. Something that's been nagging at me the whole time since I arrived. Aren't these tests basically just us killing people for no reason? They're all safely contained, which means that they don't pose any danger to anyone. Why is he being such a bleeding hard all of a sudden? Oh, we've been slaughtering countless scores of these sods. So what's the holdup now? Yeah, but we didn't have any choice back then because we were on a mission, and... Do you believe that taking a life to live is unlike taking a life for the sake of it? I do. I understand. It seems that human memory is, after all, made to be finite. Save for a few exceptional individuals, people are prone to misplacing memories, even from yesterday. So who are they, Dante? Who do you believe they are, this group you lead? Given the expected communication difficulties between us, allow me to make this a multiple choice question. 1, family. 2, friends. 3, colleagues. I guess they're closest to colleagues? Dante says 3 colleagues. Hong Lu was practically squished against the containment unit window, holding up 3 of his fingers. He must have heard us talking. Incorrect. It's none of the above. The truth is that they are sinners. Not family, not friends, not colleagues. Prisoners. I know. But the knowledge of something and the acceptance of it must be distinguished. I learned that people are prone to forgetting their places when the going gets easy, when life becomes comfortable enough for them to consider the luxury of timely meals to be a certainty. Thus, I find these reminders to be quite useful. These sinners, bound to Limbus Company, are still fettered by their chains and shackles. Naturally, they have no access to such a thing as the right to refuse. Or would it be easier for you to accept that fact if I were to suggest that you consider this but a mere extension of your responsibilities? I know they're sinners, but you can't talk to them like... Translations are unnecessary. I think I get the picture of what was said, given the atmosphere of this room. Dante, when you agreed to the contract, you must have made a deal of sorts. To gain something to your benefit. Am I correct? Your memories, your head, and your past. There must be so much that you would like to know. And perhaps your desire to get them back is what stops you from simply quitting. Uh-huh. What I mean to say with this little demonstration is that no one in this room has any right to grumble or refuse. Faust, is he usually...
Yes, this is his usual demeanor.
Hello? I know I'm not the one to talk, but you don't exactly have a lot of friends, do you? Those who rise above their peers tend to attract a certain degree of hostility from others. Now, shall we begin? We are severely behind schedule. While the combatants do what they do, please pay attention to the following presentation about the Picatula projected onto this glass panel. This lecture has been prepared with the assumption that its students have an average level of knowledge. So if you consider this presentation to be boring or too difficult to understand, then you may consider your knowledge level to be below average. All this material seems quite elementary to me. Not sure what's so difficult about this.
Yeah, save that for when the lecture actually starts.
As you must already know, there are 7 categories of Picatula. And as far as I'm aware, the highest stage of Picatula you observed was in stage 3. So far, at least.
Wherefore didst thou utter a little muttering of, so far at least, at the end of thine words, good sir?
Sharp. Well, it's simple. We researchers have a habit of avoiding absolutes in all things. Never say never, or so they say. So you're not ruling out the possibility that we might be running into Picatula beyond stage 3, huh? Indeed. We prefer not to put down such arbitrary limitations. Anyway, the first type of many Picatula to be covered today is Picatula Irae, Red Picatulum of Wrath. The nature of fire is to burn and burn until there is nothing left to be burned. I see. They're quite literally burning with rage. Now that I think back on it, didn't you express something like that before, Sinclair? I remember you screaming so fiercely that you could hardly control your own body. Well, on the other hand, I don't think I've ever seen you get angry or upset, Honglu. That's... because the realization of meaninglessness extinguishes the reason for the spark to start a fire. Oh, I see now. No matter how much Heathcliff or Miss Otis bully me, expressing my anger at that is meaningless at the end of the day. Okay, I did enjoy it a little when I had to accidentally step on Heathcliff's toes, but... Hey, what exactly is the takeaway supposed to be here? Yes, that is exactly how it is. Let me see, chat. Sinclair says I haven't had Sloppy Joe in a while since Sloppy Joe's so good. Okay, okay. What does win rate tell us to do? I don't know. Let's see how win rate does. Wait, he has a status. I didn't even notice. You know, when we... Ooh, he's getting pecked in the head. When we see the sinners in their just LCB uniforms in conversation, 3 waves, huh? And then we see them in combat with their IDs on. I know that they're supposedly, like, it has been peppered into the text. Oh, the sinners with their various IDs are using their skills and whatever and stuff, implying that, no, they are actively wearing them at all times or activating them. I like to imagine in combat they're transforming like magical girls. Oh, gain burn equal to turn count. Shit. Okay.
적출할게요. 위험인물 배제.
Eliminate them.
위험인물 배제. 위험인물 배제.
Ooh, big boys. Do we have any useful resources? 2, 4, gloom. Eliminate. I don't know.
적출할게요.
My brain is shrunk by Benadryl right now. I'm just using it. Oh, is Y West fully upside and leveled? Want to use him or Ranger
다시
Honglu? I don't know.
복구하기
That's up to
힘들걸요?
you and the rest. What the rest of your team is like. Crap! Why are you farting? Why are you farting at us?
신병 확보하겠습니다.
Suppress them with
이쯤에 제
your
뒤로.
stationary cutting sword. We both have. They both have very square blades in these IDs. Look at them! Look at them! Look at them struggling.
적출할게요. 위험인물 배제.
Oh, do I want supports? We're doing okay so far.
신병 확보하겠습니다.
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for the offer. I see what you mean now.
위험인물 배제.
Big boy! Big boy! Big dude! Okay. Gonna engage my shriveled, half-asleep brain. Just a little bit. Nah, not at the moment. Very struggling here. Evolution. Let's see, do it with sync first. Counterattack. Q in. Okay. Okay.
적출할게요.
Smash the weeping crab. It's like its eyes are. It looked like its eyes were weeping flame in that pose. Oh, he's staggered. Come on. There's too many men. Too many people making too many
환상의
brow
세계로
blows.
들어가보죠.
And not much love to go round. Can't you see this is the land of illusion? Oh.
다시 복구하긴 힘들걸요?
The condition? Yeah, we're gonna burn. Ego? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What?
바쁜데. 바쁜데.
Oh,
특별히
that's the ego
들어드릴게요.
passive. Interesting. Oh.
적출할게요.
Slice him! We got this. Which is targeted to which? Counterattack. Erupting Wrath. We're all faster than him. We can just... Neutral. Just hit the shit out of him. Just hit the shit out of him. Let's go.
신병 확보하겠습니다.
Oh no, I thought we were gonna get him. I wasn't targeting the body. Shit.
괜찮으니 앰플이 지금이라도
Ooh.
과주의 멀리 도망치세요.
The sound of both of them dying at once. I see. Let
의뢰는 실패했어요.
me try that again.
아무도 지키지 못했어. 전멸이야. 이 대검은 당신의 검이자 방패가 돼요.
Okay, I'll just win rate these.
적출할게요.
Build up some resources.
이 틈에 제 뒤로. 다시 복구하긴 힘들걸요?
Okay.
적출할게요.
Wait, what was that condition? 50% plus HP. Oh.
신병 확보하겠습니다. 완전히 녹아내렸네. 에잇! 차! 완전히 녹아내렸네. 에잇! 차! 완전히 녹아내렸네.
Okay, now they're getting a little tough. Let's just see win rate, what it organizes it like. Counterattack.
적출할게요.
Gonna get pecked and burned a bit. Come on, stagger.
이 틈에 제 뒤로.
You finish this one. Just you will only need like one of these skills. Double up. Double up. Double up. Okay.
적출할게요.
Come on. Yes. Much better. Just took a little adjusting.
에잇! 차!
Yep, only took one skill to finish him.
완전히 녹아내렸네.
You! Let's just win rate. What resources do we need? Bloom. Wrath. Do we have any wrath? I don't think we're wrathful at all.
신병 확보하겠습니다.
Turn it around. Turn it around. No! It's okay. We'll be okay.
위험 인물
Nice.
배제.
Okay. Big boy time. I don't know. He'll gain aggro. Just had to make sure I was reading that right. What's one you can manage on your own? I like your sanity. I think you can do it. Do I bother right now? Yeah, I'm winning with winning. Double up on that.
신병 확보하겠습니다.
Not good. Staggered. Come on. Give us the lead.
환상의 세계로 들어가 보죠.
You still up?
에잇! 다시 복구하긴 힘들걸요? 저를 꿰쳤는데
Kaboom.
지금이라도
I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it right now. My
의뢰는 실패했어. 아무도 지키지 못했어. 전멸이야.
guys, I feel like shit. Guys. Okay. Here, let me put that aside. One sec. Let's just watch that video, guys. Let's just watch that video and then I'm gonna go lay down. Let's just watch that promotional video. Let me pull it up. YouTube. All right. All right, full screening. I sleep. I don't think I can do it, guys. I don't think I can even capture a window. Window. Where's the window? Window. Oh, there's the window. Hello. Okay, one sec.
옛날부터 3시간 이상의 수면을 취하면 저절로 눈이 떠지곤 했어요.
Give me my stuff. Yeah, I will max out this pass. How far am I from doing it? I don't know that I'll do it. I'm not showing it to you guys. Enough Limbus Company for now. Let's watch this thing! Then I sleep. Cool. Facial Rhodia. Interesting. Purple. Greg. Snake hand Greg. That's interesting. What's that plaza? Oh, new talisman? 100-foot death maggot? What was that? Oh.
더는 하늘에 오르지 못한다면 당신의 분명 끝없이.
That's pretty sick. I like his little digitigrade feeties. Oh, what's this one? Dragony Honglu. Let's see, does the dragon have 5 toes?
기꺼이 죄를 받아들이나이다.
Cast out from heaven? He dead. Oh, how does this work?
상념으로 맑은 하늘 가리고 이 한 몸 바쳐 땅으로 모든 피 쏟아내리리.
Sacrificial Honglu, damn. Do you hear that? I just heard the main battle theme motif. This is gonna be so sick. On death, activate ego. Holy shit. If I'm reading those tone marks right. Oh, I'm so excited! I'm so excited! Lil Kobold, welcome to the chat, and also Keen Isis, thank you for joining me at this late moment. Also exposed for complete foxhole brain rot. Hey, why the fuck is that? Hey, that's us! Anyway, oh, Gooey Duck. It looks like a poinus. Let me look at these toes. Sinclair, show me your feet. No, just 3. I don't know if they were cued in on the whole. Well, maybe that was 4. 3? Yeah, I just got recommended my own stream. What the hell? Okay, so the thing I was bringing up was I was trying to say, where's my blanket? I feel cold. Where'd you go? There. Okay. So pause, hold up, what? Why am I upside down? I'm taking a nap. The Benadryl is too strong. Pause, hold up. What? Had you never seen a gooey duck? It's a mollusk that buries in the sand and looks like a poinus. Yeah, dinner bone schmuppy. Okay, I think that's enough for today. Thank you for tolerating my allergic ass. Why is that shit here? Man, I have lost control, everybody. I have lost control. Good day, good vibes, peace and glub. Hope your day is easier than mine. I'm gonna go sleep and have a weird ass Benadryl dream. Bye, peace and glub. Oh, Moxie is good. It's a highly regional soda that tastes like clove and spices. It's like older than Coca-Cola. I can't get it where I am. It's highly regional. But yeah, Moxie. Wait, music. Man, I am fucking losing it. Bye, guys. Wait, Sinclair, show me your toes! Okay, no. no, let me explain. No, there's a reason. No, you gotta understand. It's a symbolic thing in Chinese art that only the royal dragons can have 5 toes. All other long dragons have 4 toes. Don't know what 3 toes means, but I was wondering if that was a detail they included. No, I wasn't just looking at Sinclair's toes. Just for the sake of it. No, it was purely intellectual. Bye.